Hey, this is Notser, and we are in the Tier 10 American Destroyer gearing. She has 6 127mm guns, 10 torpedoes, 52 AA defense rating, a surface detect of 5.9 kilometers, top speed 37.8 knots, total health 19,400. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, faster torpedo rearm, lower chance of flood and fire, improved acceleration, concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, last stand, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment again. We are on the map Shatter. And yes, it's a US destroyer. I honestly forgot that I used the Fletcher for my preview of the patch. It's not a real game, right? I'm just talking about the maps. That's what I'm hoping you'll agree with. I really enjoy destroyer gameplays, and I felt like, let's get some torpedo action. And my gearing / Fletcher meta is just ever evolving. I really am on the fence of using Demolition Expert over Advanced Firing Training. Now, Advanced Firing Training improves the AA protection capability of the gearing, and the Fletcher, obviously the main gun gets it. Wait a minute, let's engage this enemy destroyer. He is not equipped for this amount of firepower. I'm going to send my torpedoes because the cooldown is so low. Really? Really? The blind chicken in that Japanese battleship, Yamato. He did 7,700 points of damage to me? Are you kidding me? And we're going to let that destroyer get away, because I do not want to die. Looks like an enemy Fletcher is also in the way. Oh, wait. I was going to fully rotate all the way around. And I thought, you know what? That's probably a bad idea, especially with all those torpedoes right there. So back to the original discussion. I am looking to improve my US destroyer gameplay. I currently run with advanced firing training versus demolition. I think demo is obviously better when you're engaging a target to light them up, but advanced firing training is better if you ever get an opportunity to engage, past your max range, so to say. Plus the AA range is increased. You are a better defensive fire platform, which is really nice. I think people underestimate just how effective the AA protection is of the gearing and the Fletcher. You can almost protect yourself from those meddling torpedo / dive bombers from the aircraft carriers. Now, the current meta, there's really no aircraft carriers, maybe a token, and I don't blame them. I am trying so hard to play the aircraft carrier, trying to get tier 10, trying to find a match worthy of sharing, and it's just awful. It's a turkey shoot. Everything dies. Every single ship apparently has godlike AA protection. It's I don't know what you guys do right now. Is this just how the game is right now? It's almost unplayable for anyone primarily playing the aircraft carrier. It just feels so wrong. And a lot of the matches, I am low tier. Good luck being a low tier aircraft carrier. For instance, I was a tier 7 in a tier 9 match. Yeah. The Iowa had no problem taking out everything. But you know what I really would like to do? I want to have no problem taking out this enemy Japanese destroyer that's right in front of us, and we got all guns firing and we just light them up. You do so much damage in a US destroyer very quickly. Your detectability is second to none. There's only 2 or 3 destroyers, I believe, that have better overall detectability. Oh no, are we really going to do this? Are we really going to run into the island again? I went, a month, 2 months, where I didn't run into an island at all. And now it seems like I can't play a game without running into an island. Maybe twice. And yes, oh look, Island Notser, aren't you a joker? The reality is that a significant percentage of the players just recognize me and they know what to look for. Good and bad. And I appreciate the enthusiasm, I really do. This is just a weakness of my character. But it's enjoyable, right? And you know what's enjoyable? Taking out the blind chicken. That 7K that you did to me, well, my team did 97,000 points of damage to you, and now there's nothing left of you, blind chicken. And I'm just having fun, right? It's all fun. We need to try and focus on taking out the destroyers, though. Our team does have a 2-to-1 advantage over the enemy. But we're going to lose the Shimakaze. I think that's pretty obvious. Yep, I think it's pretty obvious when a Shimakaze is in close proximity of the enemy. They are not going to get out of that one alive. So that is a key loss. That's a tier 10 we lost. Of course, they lost a tier 10 in the battleship. And I believe, no, we got a tier 8 or a tier 9 Japanese destroyer. I'm not familiar with the other ship, but either way, they are taking C. And it looks like there's at least 2 enemy ships there. Maybe even 3. And it's a Des Moines. Now, we're very close to the range, and please don't run into this torpedo. That would be really embarrassing. Of course, would I post this video if I ran into that torpedo? No. We get a little bit too close, just a hair. I pop my smoke in self-defense, and I'm trying to avoid all attention from the Des Moines. In doing so, I have denied my team vision, unfortunately. And I would say that there are... Oh, did he pull a Notser too? This is a huge opportunity. We can send our torpedoes, and I'm going to try something that I've never really tried to do, but because the acceleration buff to the mod, it really does make it a reasonable strategy. I'm going to try and sit behind an island, engaging the target, denying the line of sight, so I'm never actually spotted, and hopefully we can do a lot of damage. Now, obviously, you sort of have to peer behind the island, see the water line without using your own eyes. It's sort of a meditation. You have to be one with the gearing. And we hit a 10,000 torpedo, cause a flood. Probably going to have to use damage control. But either... Oh, he's using a heal. No, you don't, Des Moines. You are not going to get out of this one. And I'm getting a little frustrated. He sort of stops backing up. But just look how annoying this has to be. Yes! Look how annoying it is. Because I can accelerate, deaccelerate so easily, I could play with that throttle. I could stay right behind the island. And the minimap information is key. If you ever notice what's going on, you will fire your gun, it'll expand in detection, and then it will shrink down very quickly, probably like 1 or 2 seconds. I, for the longest time, assumed when I fired, it just put a global buff to the detection of the ship for 20 seconds, right? Because that's what it does if you're actually spotted. But if you're unspotted, that rapidly goes away. I mean, you stay at your extended detection for 10 or 20 seconds, whatever. Versus if you're never actually detected with the initial fire, it's like 2 seconds. I mean, it's really short. And just want to make sure, let's not run into an island again. The game is very close. We have, I think, a ship or 2 ship advantage. They have C. They currently have B, but we're trying to take B. My team on the western flank has succeeded. The eastern side of the team, not so much. It's basically me, and I think it's a Zhao. I'm not 100%, but it's just 2 people trying to hold back the enemy team. There are 2 destroyers, and that is scary. An enemy Zhao is in the area, and he's sort of moving away. Maybe he's trying to attack B, protected in some manner. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to move forward. And someone, oh wow, well, it's a Fubuki. Who cares, right? He's rocking the premium camouflage. 2000, he clearly enjoys the ship, so you can sort of read into that this is not his first rodeo, and we need to be careful. Now, he has disappeared behind the island. He never decided to fire, obviously. Why would you fire in a Japanese destroyer? Run away, that's what you do. But since he's behind the island, I have no idea which way he's going. The friendly Zhao has no vision on him whatsoever. So this is going to be a blind corner. I have to be very careful, very attentive for the possibility of torpedoes. He knows I'm here because obviously I'm capturing it. It's sort of like what you would say in World of Tanks. Don't go for the capture. You're telling the enemy where you are. I'm telling him that I'm here. So he has good information, at least more than me, and he's trying to round the island. Oh, he's setting up. This is the textbook torpedo. He wants to send torpedoes. And I'm just trying to take him out as quickly as I can. I rotate enough to get basically the front guns only, and that's plenty. The gearing just outclasses every single Japanese destroyer in damage output by a wide margin, a very wide margin. It's sort of like a small child going against an adult superstar in that regard. Now, the torpedo systems, obviously the Japanese are better, but how better are they really, Notser? The US destroyers never received the torpedo nerfs, and I completely agree. This is a little upsetting to some to see a Gearing and a Fletcher having so much success with their torpedo systems when it's just a bonus. It's not even a critical aspect of their damage. And I'm trying to make use of the torpedoes more often, more. Torpedoes are just so important. And why would you not send them whenever you can? And one of the key issues I felt like previously was the cooldown. At really high tier, it's basically a 2-minute cooldown. 3 minutes. You know, this is an improved cooldown. 2-minute cooldown on my torpedo system. I can improve it one more time, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to earn the last point that I need, and then I'm going to have both the torpedo rearm and last stand, the level 2 skills. It's going to be so good. It really is. But up here, if it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you can only send that, 10 times, if that. You send it, 9 times? 8 times? That's not enough to kill every single target by yourself. So you have to be somewhat conservative if the torpedo rearm is extremely high. Whenever I have a much lower cooldown, and it will get much lower, I think I've dropped 20 or 30 seconds because I loaded in that module over the rate of fire. And also the skill. The skill is going to add another 20, or take off another 20 seconds. Okay, so obviously my torpedo systems didn't work out against, I think I sent it against the Montana or the Zhao. The Zhao sort of knows what I'm doing. He's got that sixth sense for destroyers, and we all have it. If you feel like you're being detected and you shouldn't be detected, there's a destroyer, there's torpedoes in the area. So what I'm going to do is I paused behind the island. I didn't want to run into anything that could detect me. I sent my torpedoes with the expectation that he's going to head north. And of course we run into the Fletcher. I get the first salvo off. His turrets were not facing my way. He probably didn't expect that. And we're just trying to lead him with some elevation. That's all we're trying to do. And because his propulsion's knocked out, he's sort of sluggish. And while we're doing all that, you also have to angle against his shots. You just can't sail broadside. Oh yeah, the torpedoes worked out perfectly. He ran smack into them, had no way to react because the island was blocking it until the very last second. And some of you might be going, oh man, that sort of sounds like you're bragging. No, far from it. I was lucky there. I was lucky that the player performed the action as anticipated. He sailed north in order to engage the friendly cruiser that was behind me. He probably assumed, oh, the friendly Fletcher, he doesn't see anything that's going on. There's no funny business. I can play this normally. And then when he caught sight of me engaging the Fletcher, he probably assumed I just quickly went around the island. I had no opportunity to send torpedoes. Who would think that? But in fact, I paused just to do just that. And now he knows. We got 4 kills, a devastating strike, 82,000 points of damage, almost 3k, 2,988 base XP. And it's a good smattering. Main battery, 36,000. Torpedo systems, 42,000. So pretty even. I hope this game was enjoyable for you. It certainly was enjoyable for me, both in commentating and playing. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.